developments in Canada. Look, I think you mentioned two different cases, quite separate. In fact, on the specific issue, as you mentioned, we have seen some misleading and inaccurate social media reports in this regard. You mentioned the one about a consular camp. Our High Commission and consulates in Canada regularly organize consular camps. One such camp was organized near Vancouver on November 12th, 13th, to provide life certificate to pensioners. The event was held successfully despite attempts by a few radical elements to cause trouble. Our Consul General was not present at that site. We reiterate the need for nations to respect the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations so that our diplomats can discharge their diplomatic obligations. As regards event that you alluded to near Brampton or Mississauga in Diwali, look, I think that was more in the nature of an unrest between two groups. To be honest, I don't think there has been any complaint that our consulate has received. I saw some social media reports. We also understand that the authorities there are looking into that incident. So I don't have anything further to add to that. But certainly on the first incident was involving a consular camp, and I conveyed our position on that. This is a sensitive case, and the case is currently in a legal process there. As we mentioned, an appeal has been filed in the Qatar's Court of Appeal. We are also, engaged with the Qatari authorities on the matter, and we will, of course, continue to extend all legal and consular assistance. And I would again urge everyone not to engage in speculation, considering, as I said, the sensitive nature of the case, as well as the fact that the judgment in the entire process has been made confidential by the Qatari side. Yes. When we said that this would be an opportunity, tomorrow's summit, for sharing with the countries of the Global South the key outcomes achieved in various G20 meetings over the course of India's presidency. You would recall that during the first Voice of Global South Summit in January, this is one of the things that we did, part of what Prime Minister had said, reach out, hear the voices of the Global South and see how we can mainstream that, give them more attention and put them on the high tables. I think we have been able to do that, and I think this is a good opportunity to tell members of the Global South what has been really developments over our presidency. Of course, the challenges posed by global developments are also likely to be discussed. As I said, every country is free to discuss whatever or bring or say something what they feel bothers them. That's actually exactly the objective of such an exercise, is to hear from the countries directly rather than prejudge or prefix the objective. We have some session topics depending on, of course, education, finance, etc. But again, I am sure, like in all high-level interactions, each participant will share their own perspective, their own concerns, their own thoughts. And if the situation in Israel and Palestine does come up, anybody is free to do so. As regards whether we are encouraging dialogue, of course we are. As I said, we would like to see, and we welcomed efforts, a de-escalation, humanitarian assistance been going there, and we have also called for a two-state solution, as resumption of direct negotiations towards that, and of course as a long-term solution. So I think our position on that is very clear. But the objective of tomorrow, of course, is more of how to hear from countries of the Global South.